heart of a bustling city, where the skyscrapers pierced the heavens and the streets were alive with ceaseless activity, there lived a young man named Jacob. Jacob was no ordinary man. His story began in the humblest of places, within a small, dilapidated apartment in a neighborhood that the affluent rarely glanced at. His mother, a hard-working seamstress, and his father, a construction worker, had taught him the value of perseverance and hard work. Despite the limited means, Jacob's parents nurtured in him a heart full of dreams and a mind full of determination. Every night, as Jacob looked out of the grimy window of their tiny home, he would gaze at the distant skyline, shimmering with the lights of prosperity and promise. He dreamed of a life beyond the boundaries of his current existence. Jacob's days were spent working multiple jobs to support his family. He delivered newspapers in the early morning, worked at a local grocery store during the day, and tutored children in the evenings. His nights, however, were reserved for his studies. Jacob had a sharp mind and a deep love for learning. He believed that education was his ticket out of poverty, his key to a better future. But amidst all his aspirations and struggles, there was one person who unknowingly became the beacon of his dreams, Emilia. Emilia was everything Jacob was not. She was the daughter of one of the wealthiest families in the city, a family known for their vast business empire and social influence. She lived in a grand mansion on the hill, overlooking the city. Her world was one of luxury, elegance, and privilege. Emilia had grown up surrounded by opulence, attending the finest schools, and enjoying every comfort that money could buy. Yet, Emilia was not defined by her wealth. She was kind-hearted, compassionate, and had a deep sense of empathy. She often visited the city's less fortunate neighborhoods, volunteering at shelters and helping those in need. It was during one of these visits that Jacob first saw her. Jacob was on his way to work when he noticed a group of volunteers distributing food and clothes to the homeless. In the midst of them stood Emilia, her beauty radiant and her demeanor gentle. She moved with a grace that captivated Jacob, her smile brightening the faces of those she helped. Jacob watched her from a distance, mesmerized. For the first time, he felt a longing that went beyond his dreams of success, a longing for love. As days turned into weeks, Jacob found himself drawn to the places where Emilia volunteered. He never approached her, believing that their worlds were too far apart. But he would watch her, his heart swelling with admiration. He was content with these fleeting glimpses of her, but deep inside, a desire was brewing, a desire to know her, to be a part of her world. One fateful day, as Jacob was tutoring a group of children in the park, he noticed Emilia walking by. She was carrying a basket full of books, her eyes scanning the surroundings. Intrigued, Jacob continued with his lesson but kept an eye on her. To his surprise, Emilia walked towards them and smiled. "Hello," she greeted warmly, "I'm Emilia. I noticed you teaching the children and thought I might offer some books for them." Jacob's heart raced. He had dreamed of this moment but had never imagined it would happen so casually. He stood up, his voice barely above a whisper. "Thank you. That's very kind of you. I'm Jacob." Emilia's eyes sparkled with kindness. "It's wonderful what you're doing for these children. Education is such a powerful gift." Jacob nodded, his nervousness fading under her gentle gaze. "I believe so. It's the one thing that can change their lives, as it will hopefully change mine." Emilia handed him the basket. "Then let's hope these books add to their knowledge and dreams. If you ever need more, please let me know. I often have extra books from our family's library." As she walked away, Jacob's heart soared. Their brief exchange had ignited a spark of hope within him, a hope that maybe, just maybe, their worlds could converge. In the weeks that followed, Jacob and Emilia crossed paths more frequently. Emilia often brought books or supplies to Jacob's tutoring sessions, and their conversations grew longer and more personal. They shared stories about their lives, their dreams, and their struggles. Jacob found himself opening up to Emilia in ways he had never done with anyone else. Emilia, too, was drawn to Jacob's determination and kindness. She admired his dedication to his family and his unwavering commitment to his goals. She saw in him a strength and resilience that was rare. Despite the vast differences in their backgrounds, they found common ground in their shared values and aspirations. As their friendship blossomed, Jacob's feelings for Emilia deepened. He knew he was falling in love with her, but he also knew the chasm that separated their worlds. He was a poor young man with nothing to offer but his dreams and his heart. She was a wealthy heiress, living a life of privilege and comfort. Yet, Jacob could not deny the connection he felt with Emilia. He cherished every moment they spent together, every conversation they shared. He began to believe that maybe love could bridge the gap between their worlds. The turning point came one evening when Jacob received an unexpected visitor. It was Emilia's father, Mr. Harrison, a man of imposing presence and stern demeanor. He had learned about Jacob's friendship with Emilia and had come to deliver a warning. "Stay away from my daughter." Mr. Harrison's voice was cold and unyielding. "You have no place in her life. She deserves someone who can provide for her, someone from our world." Jacob's heart sank, but he stood his ground. "I love Emilia," he replied, his voice steady. "I may not have wealth or status, but I will work tirelessly to be worthy of her. I believe love can overcome any obstacle." Mr. Harrison scoffed. "Love doesn't pay the bills or secure a future. It's a fantasy that only the naive believe in. If you truly care about Emilia, you will leave her alone." With those words, Mr. Harrison left, leaving Jacob standing alone, his resolve shaken but not broken. Jacob knew that he faced an uphill battle, but he was determined to prove that love and hard work could defy the odds. Jacob poured himself into his work and studies with renewed vigor. He knew that to win over Emilia and her family, he needed to build a future that matched his dreams. He took on extra jobs, saved every penny, and dedicated himself to his education. Months turned into years, and Jacob's efforts began to pay off. He earned a scholarship to a prestigious university where he excelled in his studies. He networked with influential people, seized every opportunity, and gradually climbed the ladder of success. Throughout this journey, Emilia remained a constant source of support and encouragement. Their bond grew stronger, their love deeper. Emilia admired Jacob's determination and admired his relentless pursuit of his goals. She believed in him and stood by his side, despite her father's disapproval. Finally, after years of hard work, Jacob achieved his dream. He graduated with top honors and secured a lucrative job in a leading firm. His hard-earned success transformed his life, lifting him out of poverty and into a world of opportunities. With his newfound stability, Jacob took a leap of faith. He approached Mr. Harrison once more, this time with a proposal. "Sir," Jacob began, his voice confident, "I have built a life that I am proud of. I may not come from wealth, but I have worked hard to create a future. I love Emilia, and I ask for your blessing to be with her." Mr. Harrison studied Jacob, his expression inscrutable. Finally, he nodded. "You've proven your determination and commitment. But know this, Jacob, loving my daughter means you will always strive to be the best for her." Jacob's heart swelled with hope. "I promise, I will never stop striving to be worthy of her." With Mr. Harrison's reluctant approval, Jacob and Emilia's love story blossomed. They navigated the challenges of their differing backgrounds with grace and understanding, building a life together that was a blend of their worlds. Jacob's success continued to grow, and he used his resources to give back to the community that had shaped him. He established scholarships for underprivileged students, ensuring that others could follow in his footsteps and achieve their dreams. Emilia remained his steadfast partner, supporting his endeavors and pursuing her own passions. Together, they created a legacy of love, compassion, and success. Their journey from the shadows to the summit was a testament to the power of perseverance, love, and the belief that anything is possible. Jacob's story was no longer just one of rags to riches. It was a story of how love can bridge any gap, overcome any obstacle, and transform lives in the most profound ways. And so, in the city that once seemed so distant and unreachable, Jacob and Emilia built a life filled with joy, purpose, and the enduring belief that true love knows no bounds. Years later, as Jacob and Emilia sat together in their home, looking out over the city that had witnessed their journey, they reflected on their incredible story. They had faced countless challenges and defied all odds, but their love had triumphed. Jacob held Emilia's hand, his eyes filled with gratitude and love. "Thank you for believing in me," he whispered. "For standing by me through everything." Emilia smiled, her eyes shining with the same love that had brought them together. "Thank you for never giving up, for showing me that love truly conquers all." Their love story had become an inspiration to many, a reminder that no matter where you come from or what obstacles you face, with love, determination, and a little faith, anything is possible. And so, their journey continued, hand in hand, their hearts forever intertwined, as they walked together into a future that was brighter and more beautiful than they had ever imagined. This tale of Jacob and Emilia is a timeless reminder that true love knows no bounds, and that with courage, perseverance, and a little bit of magic, dreams really can come true.